G'day everyone, welcome back to our AFL 23 career mode. If you've missed the opening start to this career, it was a cracking one, to be honest. And this is what the ladder looked like at the end of the home and away season. We ended up in 10th position, about 0.5% outside of the top 8. Collingwood knocking us out there. We were only 1 point behind Geelong, so I guess if we add on, it's probably about a goal that we missed the top 8 by, which is very, very disappointing from our point of view. I'm sure the big question you wanted answered was who won the flag, and it was Carlton who actually won the flag from 7th, defeating the Tigers, who I think might have been in 2nd position or 3rd position after the finals, top 8. They beat Essendon by 3 points in an elimination final. They knocked out the Gold Coast by 16 points, beat Port Adelaide in Adelaide by 2 points to make it through to the grand final. The Tigers beating the Giants in that prelim, and then a 24-point win over the Tigers. As you can see, look at that. They kicked, the last 7 goals of the game. After Richmond kicked the first 2 of the second half, Carlton kicked, the last 7 goals of the game to go on to win the grand final in extraordinary scenes. As for the Coleman, that was a tie between Harry Mackay and Jeremy Finlayson, who both had 27 goals after the home and away season. Oscar Allen was our leading goal kicker with 18 goals on the board. And in terms of the rising star, it's an absolute joke that Harley didn't get this, to be honest, because he was terrific, but he was the only mid, actually, in this conversation, and we didn't have anyone make the All-Australian team either. That was plenty of Carlton players, Harry Mackay, David Cunningham, Jack Martin in there. You can see Brian, who was that young kid in the ruck, who won the Brownlow in that position, and then, of course, some Collingwood mids, Dacos, Crisp, Dangerfield, McCluggage, and didn't even make anyone on the bench. With all of that season wrapped up, let's go in to the free agency period, and there are 2 things clearly we need. Number 1, he's a ruck. That is the number 1 thing. Bailey Williams, great ruckman, but we need actually to, Now, as a Richmond fan myself, I know that Liam Baker is probably going to leave the club at the end of the year, and he's probably going to be joining a Western Australian team. I'm going to try and make sure that is the West Coast Eagles. Let's have a look at his contract. It's $617,000. He is ineligible for free agency, so we will have to submit a trade offer here. Let's give him a 5-year deal. You can offer up to a 9-year deal. Oh my God. Let's give him a 5-year deal, front-ended, please, at like $650K. Okay, he's accepted my offer. Now, I think I actually do need to get a trade to get him over to the club. Is that correct? Oh, no, he's just joined as an unrestricted free agent. Great news for us. Even better. Even though he should technically not be an unrestricted free agent. None of this makes any sense, does it? Now, we're also going to target Tim English. What if we give Tim English a 2-year deal, knowing that he can renegotiate at the end of that, and that he will potentially come really, really good? Okay, you want to be an Eagle for life, do you? I'm seeing that happen. We're going to back-end his pay, because that is a problem for future years. And Tim English wants a 5-year deal. He gets a 5-year deal. Now let's work out the trade to happen. What do we have picks-wise? I would honestly be prepared to trade my first-round pick for Tim English and hope that that's enough. They're insulted. Okay. Well, what about you get the first pick? He's probably worth 2 first-rounders, isn't he? Do we give away... If we go all in on this trade, we can go first pick this year, first pick next year, and say that you've got 2 first-rounders. You've got pick 10, and then you're probably going to... Let's say we're going to go up the ladder because of this trade. That's probably then worth about pick 15 next year, because I think we're at least a prelim side if we get Tim English now. Okay, so they don't want just 2 first-rounders. They want something else in return. Can we throw in like a steak knife sort of a player here that could maybe potentially help them? What about Alex Witherden? Would you take Alex Witherden? I don't know what Beveridge will do with that. But they're happy. Great. They'll take it. All right, let's do the right thing and give Brisbane Levi Ashcroft back. Let's see if we can get a 2nd rounder for him. And we'll give back a 3rd rounder. Or a future 3rd. We'll give back a future 3rd. Great. That was a good result from the mid-season trade period. Trade period is open here. What else is going on here in the player movement side of things? Stengel's gone to the Blues. Chera's gone to the Hawks. Finlayson to the Bombers. Brent Daniels to the Pies, interestingly. And Scrimshaw to the Dogs. Look, I will say this. This is the worst way to actually present all of this stuff for the trade period, because it doesn't actually give you, like, you're not prompted to go into team management and look for trade offers or to create trade offers. You're just sort of hitting next, and you could very easily miss everything that's unfolding in the trade period. Port Adelaide here are making moves. They got rid of Finlayson. They got rid of Burton. They got rid of Farrell. They got rid of Zerk Thatcher. Huge. Who did they get in? Are they just getting like a stack of picks? So trade period is closed. We're heading towards the national draft. Let's have a look at our players that we need to get in here. Now, Ashcroft and Witherden, we've traded them out, so we don't need to deal with that. Gas morale's pretty high. I reckon we can give him like a 2-year deal here at lower money, thinking that he's going to decline. So I think we've got our team sorted now as we head to the national draft. We've only got 3 picks. The first one we do have available is 23. Giants have a couple of picks there in the top 20. There's Port Adelaide. So they did all the trading. They had 15, 17, 18, 20, and 22. That's crazy. What about this guy? John Burkett, an explosive midfielder. His speed and agility aren't too good, but he can powerfully kick the footy. He's not great in front of goal. What's his physicality? 82. Let's give this guy a crack, I reckon. Burkett. So this guy Christie, Michael Christie, he's one of the suggested players here. He's got a potential overall of 99 if he develops well enough. He's only 17. Let's have a look at him. Not sure about the hairstyle there, but what's his stats here? 65 marking ability. He's okay with his set shots. His speckies are all right. Okay, he's got some decent statistics here. I feel like this is obviously a player who could improve relatively quickly. He is a key forward, but he's only 182, so he's more of a smaller forward. But he's a lead-up player, so we like that. We're going to take him at pick 29. Our next pick is pick 47. I like this guy, a rebounding key defender, Todd. Let's have a look. What are your stats here? Alejandro Todd is his name. We can kick the ball well. We like to see that. His marking is 99. Absolutely, he will be taken in the draft. 99 marking out of the draft. Love to see that. Yeah, mate, you could play in key forward, honestly. I don't think we have any more picks in the draft, but that's going to do us. I feel like this has been a very productive off-season, to be honest with you all. Well, Tim English can keep his 44 that he had at the Dogs. Liam Baker was 7. Liam Baker was number 7 at the Tigers, but he'll get 17 here at the Eagles. Our early picks can get the 20s. Kynan Brown, 29. I'll take that. There's our players done and dusted, and we're all set to go. That has been a productive off-season. We obviously have our preseason game here that we're going to simulate through against the Geelong Cats. And now hopefully we get no issues with simulating, because this is where you can potentially get injuries. The Cats win. Who was best on? Elijah Hewitt had plenty of it, so his development continues. Goals for Duggan, Hewitt, Allen and Brockman. Issues we just had. Elijah Hewitt had hamstring tightness, so he's out unavailable for a week. Liam Baker has a syndesmosis injury, so he's out for 8 to 9 weeks. And hopefully nothing else to worry about there, which is good news. So interesting, we played Geelong in the last game of the season last year. We just played them in the preseason, and we'll actually play them again in round 1 in 2025. Here come the Eagles in what is going to be a new season full of hope, and hopefully finals on the horizon for us. Ollie Henry captaining the Cats. And the Cats have won. The toss are going to kick to the left to screen. And here is that new look Eagles team. Have a look at them getting ready for what is a new season ahead. It's the season getting underway. The Eagles and the Cats. English got it down to Kelly, and they're away immediately. He sends it out to the wing towards Jinby. What will he do with the footy? He's taken down by Holmes. We'll get a ball up. English down to Reed, steps through traffic, got away from Dangerfield, put it on the boot, it's going close to the goals and it hits the post, and oh my God, Allen almost trying to take the mark off the point post. Cats under the pump, in defensive 50, Darling gets the handball over the top towards Yo, who does a rundown chase on Buse, and he will line up for the first goal of the game. To the Eagles, we want this to be a much better season. Yo starts us off with a goal. And what a start it is. Tim English is going to win the Brownlow this year. I can tell you that right now. Guthrie through the stoppage. No one went near him and he slots the goal. The Cats are on the board. By the way, if you've spotted, Tom Hawkins is still playing. Ollie Henry inside 50. They've got plenty of numbers. One of them is Blitzarves. I was going to say Ollie Dempsey, but they all kind of look similar with their hairstyle. This is Blitzarves, who had a nice leading pattern there to mark in front of McGovern. This to give the Cats the lead. It starts right and he bends it back nicely. Geelong hit the front. Punch! Getting across was McGovern. Here's Alejandro Todd. He was put under tackle pressure. Did okay to somewhat get rid of it. The Cats get it to Blitzarves and he clicks another. 3 for the Cats. It's the second term. After a few switches, the Cats do send it forward. And they got numbers at the fall of this contest. Inside 50 to Blitzarves again on the lead. Straight through the middle. Not a problem. Cats go forward looking for Rowan. Close was there. It's going to end up with Gary Rowan, who on the right boot can put through the 5th goal for the Cats. They haven't missed yet. And this is a great start to their season so far. Finds Bruin. The Cats have been just clinical with their ball use so far today. They've put us in difficult positions. And Blitzarves again over McGovern will look for goal number 4 before half-time. And it would make it a 6-1 opening half. He sneaks it in. So it is a substantial lead, as Hutto has said. It is a 30-point lead or a 29-point margin to the Cats. They are winning plenty of the footy. Blitzarves has had 4 goals. Tanner Bruin dominant at the moment. Got to find a way to get back into the game. And I think Tim English in the middle has to lead that from that point of view. Clearance is 6-3 Geelong. But we're just not getting the ball forward. 5 to 7 inside 50s. But every time we've gone in, the Cats have gone back out. Oh, it's a good ball inside 50 again. And Hawkins marks in front of Barras. Just all over us, to be honest. Hawkins goals. 7 goals to 1. It's going to be a miracle to come back from here. Jeez, it's too good, Geelong. 3/4 time, 7 straight to 1-2. This has been a horrible beginning to the season. We thought our team had only gotten stronger and stronger over the off-season, but yet 1 goal to 3/4 time. The West Coast faithful will be very disappointed in all of the efforts we've put together so far today. Danger, got it out to Close, inside 50 to Holmes, and this will probably be another shot at goal. It's been such a challenging matchup because the Cats have just been all over us today throughout. This is going right to the goal line. Jeremy Cameron outmarks Tim English. We just need to punch it over the line. He was too good in the end. And it's an easy win for the Cats. And like, they haven't even really recruited anyone big, Geelong, as Ollie Henry now will line up for his first of the day. From a long way out, it's going across the face, going to be left. This for the 9th goal in a row. After the Eagles kicked the first of the game, it has been all Geelong. And the Cats are going to win this by 47 points in an absolute mauling of the West Coast Eagles. Not the start we were after. It's pretty crazy how, like, the last season we ended by beating Geelong in Geelong. And we're going to start the next season by getting smashed by Geelong at home. Look at that. Possessions, or disposals, I should say. 124 disposals to just 60. We did not touch the football through the day. They were too good at getting rid of it, despite not owning the territory. The inside 50s, 13 to 10. But 10-1, 61, 2-2, 14. It was an absolute smashing that the Eagles just didn't do enough to be able to win the game. And on the outside, we were just absolutely obliterated. Same with the marks. 32-5 contested marks in favour of the Cats. We got smashed. It was a very subdued song there from the Cats as they went on to win by 47 points at Optus Stadium. You can see there your major bowl winners. Harley Reid had the most for us. Obviously, we hope he continues to develop. What's his sort of stats at? Like, as an individual player, he's 74 overall. I don't know whether he's obviously continuing to get better. There's obviously his key stats there, like his agility, his fending and evasion. Anyway, that's going to do us because we're going to finish up the video there for today. The rest of the round 1 results, let's go through those so we can show you. Oh, in fact, there was a weird opening round yet again because we're just following on from the trend of 2024, I guess. Adelaide played against Collingwood in Adelaide, Sydney against Freo, Gold Coast and GW. So 3 of the 4 games were in the northern states, and then you had 1 in the South Australia. But they already get everything else. So again, the ladder is going to be fairly unbalanced given the remainder of the games. Carlton, who were the premiers, of course, beating the Tigers in a grand final rematch, actually, in round 1 this time around by 15 points. Once again, the big second half from the Blues, which is exactly how they won that grand final. And it means that the Western Derby, after round 1, or after 2 kind of half rounds, will be between 17th and 18th. The West Coast Eagles and the Dockers. We're going to do that in the next video, everyone. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.